Betty, a New Caledonian crow, peers briefly into a tall, clear, vertical tube at the small basket of food inside it, and pecks quickly at the plastic to test if she can break through it. Her brain is lit with electrical and chemical energy as she contemplates the puzzle of reaching the treats. Drawing on her experience in the wild using stems and branches, she grasps in her beak one end of a straight length of wire that researchers have left nearby, and plunges the business end down into the tube in an unsuccessful attempt to spear the food. When that doesn't work, she tries to edge the food up and out by pressing the wire against the walls of the tube. After that doesn't work, Betty next fiddles with her wire and bends it, turning it from a spear into a nicely serviceable hook. With this manufactured tool in her beak, she deftly fishes the handle of the basket and lifts the prize from the cylinder, just as a person might heft a bucket full of water from the bottom of a well. Betty's fabrication of her fishing tool would easily best the efforts of other creatures that are widely considered to be her mental superiors. A dog, even a pooch of the cleverest breed, would probably paw the tube, shake it, chew at the top, and dig at the base, and yet most likely fail to get any reward for its efforts. A human toddler also might rap on the container, or try to muscle it over and eventually cry in frustration, or pound the carpet with hands and feet. A concerned parent or older sibling might respond to the toddler's tantrum, reinforcing the child's inadvertent use of his social power and connections to acquire the prize, and also perhaps reinforcing a learned helplessness or dependency. For this particular test, the crow was smarter than the dog or human toddler. But if we measured the ability of dogs, crows, and toddlers to learn voice commands, the dog would rule the day. Demonstrating mental prowess or the intelligence of a species requires a wide range of tests and knowledge of the animal's ecology and physical ability. Dogs may fetch newspapers and retrieve ducks for hunters, but without opposable thumbs, they can't hold wire tools. Wild New Caledonian crows, on the other hand, regularly use their beaks to fashion hook tools from plant materials. This ingenuity, crafting a hook from a foreign material and using it to gain an unreachable reward in a new setting, requires thinking, appraisal, and planning, mental attributes that have rarely been associated with birds until recently. Most people consider birds to be instinctual automatons acting out behaviors long ago scripted in their genes. But Gifts of the Crow celebrates the fact that some birds, particularly those in the corvid family, which we generally call crows, are anything but mindless or robotic. These animals are exceptionally smart. Not only do they make tools, but they understand cause and effect. They use their wisdom to infer, discriminate, test, learn, remember, foresee, mourn, warn of impending doom, recognize people, seek revenge, lure or stampede other birds to their death, quaff coffee and beer, turn on lights to stay warm or expose danger, speak, steal, deceive, gift, windsurf, play with cats, and team up to satisfy their appetite for diverse foods, whether soft cheese from a can or a meal of dead seal. You can think of these birds as having mental toolkits on a par with our closest relatives, the monkeys and apes. Like humans, they possess complex cognitive abilities. In fact, they have been called feathered apes. Some of the crow's achievements we discuss are well documented by credible observers. Most are plausible, albeit astonishing. And because these birds often live near people, in our gardens, parks, and cities, they often involve humans in their daring, calculated, emotional, and bizarre activities. Keenly aware of our habits and peculiarities, they quickly learn to recognize and approach those who who care for or feed them.